Welcome back to Yahoo Finance's special coverage of the Democratic National Convention. Joining me now is Terry McAuliffe, the former governor of Virginia and a longtime Democratic strategist and fundraiser. Terry McAuliffe, thanks for joining us.
Great to be with you.
What does Joe Biden have to accomplish at this week's convention?
Listen, for him to come out of this convention, I think people are yearning for leadership. They want answers. They're terrified of the COVID crisis, rightfully so. Millions of people have lost their job. I think at the end of Thursday night shows strong leadership, plans of how to build the post-COVID economy. How do we keep us safe as Americans? I mean, just reassurance. He did it on the convention. I give Joe Biden a lot of credit. He made a decision early. No, we're not going to Milwaukee. Nope, I'm not going. And then Trump screws around with it, is in North Carolina, then goes to Florida, then cancels. Showed leadership. But it's a great ticket. Kamala Harris has added a lot of excitement. She's smart. She's tough. They just got to reassure Americans that we're going to move in a new direction.
What do you expect the outcome of the conventions to be this year? I mean, usually the candidate gets the so-called convention bump, maybe 3, 4, 5 percentage point gain in the polls. But we're going to have no arenas, no balloons are dropping. Yep. Should we have limited expectations this time around?
So on the one hand, yes, it'll be different. I've actually chaired 2 national conventions. I've been doing this a long time. This would have been my 12th convention. But on the other hand, with the COVID crisis, I think you're going to get a lot more eyeballs are going to be watching the speech on Wednesday and Thursday night. You look at the data, people are spending a lot more time watching, answering their phones, having political discussions. So I think there's a huge opportunity for us to lay that message out on Wednesday and Thursday and Monday and Tuesday as well. People are paying attention, Rick, because of the COVID crisis. So, 99% of the people are watching on television one way or the other. Yes, there's excitement with the speakers, the balloons, and everything around that, but it's a different time. It's a serious time with COVID, and people want serious answers. And that's why I think huge potential of people watching on Thursday night when Joe Biden delivers that speech.
Joe Biden has mostly been campaigning from his home in Delaware with occasional day trips across the border into eastern Pennsylvania. Does he need to get out now that we're hitting the home stretch of the campaign?
Yeah, it depends on the situation, the health, and the science. I think he should be doing exactly what he should be doing. First and foremost, stay safe. And, that's the message that he wants to convey to the American public. He came out the other day and said when he and Kamala Harris, their first time together, that every governor ought to mandate masks. So I think the message that he's staying safe, he can obviously communicate, which he does every day through social media. He does a lot of local television. That's what he should be doing. If it's safe to come out and do events, absolutely. But if it isn't, he shouldn't and he won't.
Well, can you see his campaign proceeding in a way in which he does not make trips to, let's say, the important swing states, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and he just relies on getting his message out from Delaware?
It could be. We don't know the answer to that at the time where the coronavirus is increasing all over the country. I mean, when he travels, when a presidential candidate nominee travels, there's a lot of pieces and a lot of people involved in that. So you're asking people to put their lives at risk to come out for a political event when you clearly can do it by getting in front. And as we've all done with Zoom and Skype and everything else that we have, it's about communicating to people. And if it's not safe, he shouldn't do it. As I say, he will not do it. And that is the message. If everybody early on, if Donald Trump in November and December and early January, when he got the intelligence briefing, had taken coronavirus seriously, thousands of people would be alive today. He did not do it. Joe Biden from day one has relied on the science and has done things to keep us safe.
Just want to ask you about Biden's business agenda, such as it is. Our audience at Yahoo Finance cares a lot about his plan to raise the corporate income tax from 21% to 28%, raise the capital gain tax, some other things like that. You're a business person. Should business operators be concerned about that?
No, I think we got to go with the premise, first of all, that we today have a $27 trillion debt today, could hit $30 trillion by the time that Trump leaves office. So we've got to focus on the debt of this nation, because I'm not going to pay it, but my 5 kids certainly are. We've got to pay attention to it. But listen, we need a strong economy. As bad as COVID has been, and it's been just tragic, it is an opportunity for Joe Biden to come in and rebuild the American economy. Rick, it has not worked for the last 50 years for so many millions of Americans who did not take part in the upsurge in our economy. We can rebuild that economy that makes it all inclusive. So yeah, people are going to have to pay more taxes. People are fine with that as long as they know the government is very wise about spending and taking and protecting taxpayer dollars. But we got to get this debt down. We got to get the economy going again, and it's got to include everyone. So this is a shared economy that we have going forward. Business should be happy that Joe Biden is coming in. I think one of the first things he will do, I have spoken to the vice president many times on this topic, infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. We've got to rebuild America.
Terry McAuliffe, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Rick. Great to be with you.